welcome to a live watercolor tutorial. Today we will be painting 3 types of watercolor winter trees. If you're watching live, feel free to say hi in the chat box. It looks like Patty is here, Raquel is here, and Shelly. Good morning. So before we get started, I'll go over a few things real quick here. My outline you can find linked in the description of this video to download and transfer onto your watercolor paper. So here's what it kind of looks like. And I used my light pad to transfer this along with watercolor pencils. And the trees, when you transfer them onto your paper, they don't have to look exactly the same. In fact, it's probably good if they look kind of different. And I just kind of quickly went over my outline. I didn't trace it perfectly or anything. And yeah, and then the supplies that I'm using. This is Arches cold press watercolor paper. And it's a size 8 by 10 inches. And the brushes that I plan on using are my silver black velvet brushes here. So these will actually be perfect for the trees. But if you don't have them, that's totally okay. You can use whatever brushes you have. But I have 3 round ones, and they're a size 8, 4, and 2. And then I have my size 1 script brush here. And the paints that I plan on using is this set here. So this is the Woodlands pan set from Art Philosophy. And I plan on using this deep moss color, pond, gray stone, bear. I think that's it. And yeah, so basically you need some kind of greens. So the greens that I want to use for my painting are kind of like more of a bluish green. So this is my swatch, the swatches I made as I planned out the colors. But you can go for more of like a warmer green if you want. But it's good to have like 2 to 3 different kinds of greens: a light green, a medium, mid-tone green, and a dark green. And then I have this iridescent color here. This is from KMS Watercolor, and it's called Star Bright. So I might use some of this on the snow that I paint on the trees. And then I also have some other kinds of shimmery iridescent paints here. These are from alexacarabin.com. Okay, so after all that, let's get started. Oh, and all of the supplies are linked in the description below for you if you would like to check them out. Okay, let me adjust my camera here. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I can't remember if I said this yet, but we're painting 3 different kinds of winter trees. So this one here will just be green. It won't have any snow or anything. This one here will have a little bit of snow. And then this one here will be basically white. Not white, but like a lot of snow on it. So I linked in the description of this video a reference photo for you to use. I think I linked 2, but the first one that I linked I will be using most of the time. And at the photo, the reference photo, wow, I'm having a hard time talking. I want it to look a lot like I want this one to look a lot like the reference photo, how it's like really snowy and stuff. All right, so who is ready? Okay, let me get my paints over here. We are going to mix some colors, and I'll show you how I'm mixing my colors. Antonos, hi, good morning. Hannah is here. She says, painting trees are my favorite. I don't paint trees too much, which is surprising. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. Okay, so I'm taking Deep Moss here from the Woodland set. So this one, let's see, I might have like 4 kinds of greens. So yeah, I'm basically just using this one right from the pan, and I'm adding water to it. Okay, and then I'm taking the paint that's in my brush, adding it over here in this corner. This one will be like my really dark green. So this shade is Deep Moss again, less water. And then I'm going to grab some brown. This is Bear from the Woodland set here. I'm gonna mix that in, and this will just make it a lot like this color. Kind of a more muted green, but also really dark. All right, so I'm cleaning my brush. And then the next shade that I wanna mix is more of like a bluish shade here. So I'm gonna take some Pond, add that in. And it's a little too much, a little too blue, so we will tone that down. And I'm adding water to it first. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some gray stone, which is basically gray. I'm gonna add some gray stone to it. Just kind of tone that down a tad. And then more water. Okay. And then next, I'm gonna mix like a very, very light green. This green I'll probably use a lot for the snowy tree. So I'm gonna take some Deep Moss here and add it over here on my palette. And right here is dried white gouache. So I forgot to tell you, I am using white gouache too. White watercolor paint will also work. And if you don't have either of those, just mix a lot of water into your green to make it very light. So I have like this very, very light bluish green here, which is kind of like this one or this one, maybe a little lighter. All right, so there are our colors. Let me know in the live chat, are you having your trees be more of a blue green, or are you going more for like a yellow warm green? I'd love to know. Wow, a lot of you guys are here. Yay. Vigi says, hi Allison, I'm new to your channel and you helped me a lot to improve my watercolor skills. Yay, that's all I could ask for. That's exciting. Dana says, good morning Dana. Hi Jessie, it's nice to see you. Dana says, I'm here to help learn more for my daughter who just started to get into watercolors. She wants to make her own paints. I'm trying to learn with her. Neither of us had ever painted before. That's exciting. Watercolor would be really fun to do with one of your loved ones. And making watercolor paint, that's really cool. Okay, so I'm trying to position my paper here with my paint so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna start with this tree right here and work my way this way. So this tree here will be no snow. So this one's going to be a lot of green. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to position things so that you can see, and also that makes it easy for me to paint. Okay. I think that's good. All right, so I'm going to take my size 4 on brush here. Okay, so if your painting is bigger than mine, like if your tree is bigger than mine, you might want to go to like a larger brush. But we're going to paint the first layer, and this first layer is going to be super light, a very light green. So I think I'm going to start with this one here. I'm going to add more water to it. More water, okay. And then I'm going to get my size 8 round brush ready. This brush would just have water in it, so I can kind of just blend things out, because that's kind of my technique. If you have been doing my tutorials a while now, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. Hi Freya, good morning. She says, loving the Christmas vibe. Today we bought our Christmas tree. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the top and work my way down, and I'm looking at that first reference photo. I'm not really looking at like the detail. I'm more just trying to see the like how the branches are pointed and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the very top with the very tip of my brush, and I'm just going to add this. Okay, it's not as light as I was wanting, but I'm making little tiny brush strokes with my brush, trying to paint in the direction that I see the branches. I'm going to stop there and switch to this brush that just has water, and kind of move this paint around, kind of make it a little lighter, blend it. I'm also leaving some white on my paper. I'm not painting like everywhere. Okay. I'm going to switch back to this brush and continue to work my way down. And then, yeah, we're not really paying attention to any detail yet, just kind of filling things in. I didn't really mix my color as light as I should have, but going in with this other brush that just has water and kind of moving around the paint and blending it out helps. I'm kind of behind on your comments. Sorry, guys. Dana says, oh yes, I'm excited already, and she hasn't even started yet. The molding set is her Christmas present. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. I really want to make my own paints someday. Like, I've been wanting to the longest time, but it just hasn't been a priority yet for me, but I hope sometime I can soon, because that would be so fun. Yeah, so the important part with this layer is to paint it light, to not paint everywhere, to leave some white of your paper in areas, and to kind of just paint in the direction you see the branches. Okay, almost there. Let me read off some more of your comments. Srijita says, hello Allison, I'm here from last Thursday again, and I started to do the latte one from last Thursday. I really like how it's going so far. Oh, that's exciting. I'm so happy you're liking that tutorial. That one was so much fun. All right, I kind of changed my mind. I think I'm going to move on to this one next and kind of do the same thing we just did. That this will help make our painting more efficient and look more, what's the word, cohesive, I guess. If we do each step, like step 1 for all of these trees first, and then step 2 for all of them, it'll just help make our trees look similar. At least for me, that's I feel like that would be better for me. So now this one here is going to have a little bit of snow. So we don't want to use as much paint. We want to have more white of our paper, okay? So this one won't be as much green. Okay, I'm switching to this brush that just has water. Now, if you are not using white gouache later, like I am for some of the snow, you might want to be extra careful to really preserve some white of your paper. I feel like I'm not really doing a good job of doing that, actually. Okay. Is it snowing yet where you guys live? Are you getting snow yet? Sorry if you hear that, that's a trash truck. Okay, yeah, it snowed a little bit where I live in northern Indiana. But now the snow is all melted and today is like sunny, which is really nice. Okay, I'm almost done. So yeah, as you can see, this one is a little lighter than this one. So that's kind of what I was going for, but I could have done a better job at preserving some of my paper more. But it's okay. Deanna says, one thing I'm realizing is that watercolor painting requires some patience. I never thought about needing to let the paints dry for certain paintings and effects. It does. It does take a lot of patience for sure. Like waiting for your layers to dry and trying to be patient about that, because if you don't, then you can mess up your painting or like muddy it up. Okay, so this tree here with the snow, a lot of it is going to be snow. Let's just kind of let that be for now and move back over here and kind of work these two a little bit. Because this one is already dry, so that's important. You don't want to do a second layer yet for this one until it's completely dry, and mine is. Christine, hi. She says, love your videos. Thank you. Okay, so for this tree, the next step for the second layer is we want to add more of like a darker green, midtones. Okay, so we want to choose a midtone green. For me, that's probably maybe this one here. This one's supposed to be my darker green. So, okay, yeah, that's fine. And I also want to have some brown ready because to make our trees look more realistic, we want to have some of the branches show in the trees, and some of the branches show throughout the tree. Okay, so I'm going to take some Bear, this brown from the pan set, add some water to it. I might add a touch of this deep moss green to it. Okay, so that's ready. Okay, here we go. I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. Okay, also we want to move to a smaller brush because with this layer we'll not only add a darker green, but we'll also be more detailed. So I'm going to switch down to my size 2 round brush here. And then I'll also have my size 4 round brush. It's clean now and have some water in it, and then I'll probably blend some of my brush strokes. Okay, so I'm going to take Deep Moss, this color here, and I need to reactivate it. It's kind of dry, and add some water to it. And it is pretty dark, so yeah, I want to be sure to add enough water. And I might also add more of this color, maybe. We'll see what happens. Okay. Hi Claire, it's nice to see you. Is Quinn with you? Raquel says, "You're welcome. It's a tip from my first teacher. She had an old, rundown, cheap hair dryer." Oh yeah, to use a hair dryer. Oh yeah, that's what you guys were talking about. Yeah, I use a hair dryer sometimes if I don't want to wait for my painting to dry. Okay, so now we're going to add more detail. I'm going to start at the top here, add a little bit of this darker green. Now I'm trying to make some more noticeable branches here, okay? Switch to this brush. It just has some water, kind of blend those down. Now we will add another layer, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna move down. So as you can see, I'm like using the tip of my brush. For these individual branches. And I'm leaving some of that lighter first layer unpainted in areas. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a third brush and grab some of this dark green. This is my script brush, size 1. And in the outline, you'll see that I drew a line here for like some of the stem, that's not the right word, stem of the pine tree. And then a little bit over here. Okay, and I'm gonna set this aside. Dana says, I've heard that gouache is tricky to work with. Honestly, I feel like it's not as tricky as watercolor. Oops, I just realized I'm taking the wrong color. I don't want that dark green right now. Okay. Do any of you guys agree? I feel like watercolor is trickier than gouache. Okay, and then towards the middle, I'm just gonna have some brush strokes that are kind of pointed more downwards. And switching to this brush that just has water. Okay. I feel like we need some peaceful, relaxing music to listen to while painting this. All right, I'm gonna take my script size 1 brush again in this really dark green brown color. Actually, it's more like a dark green. I'm gonna paint the stem a little bit here. Have you guys ever painted pine trees before? I have a few times. Hi, Kizzy. I'm happy to see you here. Patty says no snow here. We just got out of a heat wave. We were having 90-degree weather at the beach. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Patty, you're in San Diego. That's right. Is that right? Pretty sure that's where you're from. That's hot. Okay. So yeah, as I work in the middle of this tree, it's more of just like the branches are not like on the outside. They're more of just kind of messy brush strokes. I feel like once we add that third layer, like some of the darker greens, it'll just really pop and make this look better. Okay, so the branches down here at the bottom point downwards. I'm gonna take my script brush again, some dark green, paint in that part of that middle stem part of the tree. So yeah, again, I add some paint, like so. And then I switch to this brush that just has a tiny bit of water in it and kind of blend this paint slightly, not too much though. All right, there's the second layer. I'm gonna clean my brushes and take this size 2 brush and grab some of this brown here that I have and paint in this part. Now I don't know why I can't think of what this is called. The bark of the tree here. It's good to make it not super straight and perfect. We want it to look kind of bumpy. This will make it look realistic. And then I'm gonna take this brush that just has some water, kind of just blend the bottom into my paper. And then kind of blend this into the tree slightly, not too much. Okay. How are you guys doing? How's your trees coming out? Rachel says we had flurries, but nothing that stuck. Claire says it snowed a little bit and now basically nothing. In Minnesota, it looks so much better with snow on the ground. Oh, I know how that is. That's the same with Indiana. Indiana looks so much better in the winter time with snow. Otherwise, it's like gray and flat and just dead looking. Okay, so as we wait for this layer to dry, let's move to this middle tree and paint the second layer. So the second layer for this tree will be kind of similar to this, but we'll just be preserving more of the lighter layer, and yeah. So again, I'm going to take my size 2 round brush here, and I'm going to be using deep moss, the same color I was using for the other tree. Hi Sarah. Sarah says, hi Allison and everyone. Hope you're having a good day so far. I am having a good day. It's Thursday already. I can't believe it. Okay, and then again, I'm switching to this brush that just has water. And I'm gonna kind of blend this up at the top of that tree here. I'm trying to be very careful though to preserve that light layer in more areas than I did on this tree. Blending brush. So yeah, if you're not going to be using white gouache or anything like that for snow, be very careful to make the white of your paper be the snow. Again, I feel like I'm not really doing a good job with this, with like preserving my paper. Okay. It's better. I'm gonna switch to my script brush, grab some of that dark green to paint in some of this branch, middle branch here. It is kind of seeping into my paint though, but I'm not too worried, I guess. I can kind of blend this, or like kind of soak some of that up. Mary Gilchrist, I probably said her name wrong. They say no snow in Scotland yet. Trees are beginning to look great. Wow, you live in Scotland? Oh, it's so beautiful there. I went there like 10 years ago, so it's been a long time. But from what I remember, it's so beautiful there. Okay, I'm gonna add some over here. Freya says, if you like working with a watered down acrylic, then you'll probably like gouache. Yeah, I definitely like gouache more than acrylic. To be honest, I do not like acrylic at all. At all. It's like a nightmare for me. It dries so fast. Like, I just can't do it. Gouache is nice because I can blend even after it dries because I can reactivate it. But then again, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. So okay, I'm gonna grab some of that dark green. This is my blending brush. I'm just gonna kind of soak up some of this. It's a little too much, I feel like. Okay. Dana says we drove through some flurries on Sunday when passing through West Virginia, but no snow in Kentucky or Pennsylvania yet. I can't wait for the first snow. Yeah, I like winter a lot, and I like snow a lot, as long as I don't have to drive in it. I hate driving in snow, mostly because my car is not really good in snow. Um, Claire says Quinn is always with me. Right. Hi, Quinn. I can't wait to paint that third layer. I feel like when we paint in that third layer, it's just going to look better. All right, I'm grabbing some dark green for this area. Again, the stems at the bottom are pointing downwards more. All right, cleaning my brush. And then I'm grabbing some brown. Again, I'm trying to make this not look super perfect. Kind of blend the bottom into my paper. Then it up here a little bit. Patricia, hi. It's so nice to see you. Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen you lately. She says I haven't been in one of your lives for a while. I'm so happy that today I was able to join. Okay, so we're going to move back to this tree and paint in the third layer, and this one is going to be like with a really dark green and even more detail. So for my dark green, and I need to mix more of it. So I'm going to take my brush here, and this is kind of what it looks like. So I'm mixing deep moss here with bare, this brown. And for your dark green, you don't want to mix too much water in it because you want it to be dark. Freya says no snow yet here. The sun's shining through the clouds at the moment. Yeah, today is like really sunny. It makes me happy because lately it's just been dreary out. Yeah, so I'm mixing some brown in here. Not too much because we don't want it to be like muddied. Okay, so that's good. All right, I kind of want to switch to maybe my script brush here, but I already have a lot of paint in this and I kind of want to use it. So instead, I'm just going to use the very tip of my brush here first for some areas. Okay. Oh, thank you, Claire. Thank you. Yeah, I recently announced that I am pregnant, so that's exciting. Kind of nervous, but you know, it'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm adding this dark green in some areas. I don't want to add it like everywhere. I want to be careful to preserve those lighter greens. Okay, I'm going to paint the very top here, and I'm using the tip of my brush. As I paint, I'm adding more detail to kind of dabbing my brush on my paint, letting it blend. Yeah, just take your time painting this layer. I'm gonna paint in that middle area a little bit more, and then move this way. Look at the reference photo and study like where you see like the darkest areas in the branches. Most of the dark areas are like in the middle part. I probably will add another layer, not of the really dark green, but of like a mid-tone green, and just add more detail after this is done. These trees would be perfect for cards, like Christmas cards. Have any of you guys made Christmas cards before? Okay. Hannah says, I agree, watercolor is trickier than gouache. Rachel says, I can never get the results I want with gouache. My gouache paints are super cheap though. So maybe if I had better paints, I just don't enjoy them enough to put in the money. Yeah, I do like watercolor better than gouache, but gouache is nice sometimes when I want to do something different. It's nice to have an option to create something that's not with watercolor. So the trick with pine trees is to paint more than one layer and to just slowly build up the layers and to use different variations of green in your trees. Because if you look at trees, they're not just one type of green. There's like a lot of different greens depending on like the lighting and like that. Wow, Patty, 64-degree weather. That's like perfect. That's like perfect weather. Okay. It looks like, at least in the first reference photo, maybe down here is kind of dark. So I'm going to add some more of that dark green right there. Okay. Rachel says pregnancy brain is a real thing. Oh, I believe that. I usually forget. Like, I'm already kind of forgettable. If I don't write something down in my calendar, then I will probably forget it. I don't know what I would do without my calendar. I would be like so lost. So hopefully I don't have pregnancy brain too bad. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit, add some more of this dark green where I feel like I need to, like over here. Trying to be careful though not to add too much because I really want to keep some of that lighter green from like the first layer. We don't want to paint over all of that because then our values will be kind of off. Okay, I'm gonna add some more dark green down here at the bottom. Some more detail. Okay. Shirley says we have about 6 inches of snow on the ground with temperatures well below 0. Oh my word. That is so cold. Zero, okay, 0 as in Fahrenheit or Celsius? I think he might mean Celsius. And then she says Christmas decorations are along the streets. Things are looking and feeling very festive here in Saskatoon. How fun. Freya says the trees are looking great and so realistic, Allison. Thank you. Hi, Cassie. Cassie says, hello, everyone. Happy to be here on this cold morning. And then Freya says, recently finished your Fox tutorial here, Allison. I'm so happy with it and planning on joining your watercolor membership soon. Oh my goodness. That is so exciting. I feel like you would love it. It's so much fun. Okay. I want to add maybe a little bit more green to this here, this tree. Maybe some more of this deep moss. I feel like it needs something more. Like I don't think it's done. So I'm gonna grab some deep moss, add it over here with water. And then I'm gonna take my script brush here. It's size 1. And I'm gonna paint with this. I feel like I'm not really going off of the reference too much, but it's fine. This is looking like a tree, so yes, I'm just kind of adding detail. Trying to take my time, not get carried away here. Pay attention to the direction of the branches. Okay. I don't really like that, so I'm going to kind of dab at this with my brush. Hannah says, I'm painting wood slices while watching you. I'll put these trees on some of my slices. I'm using watercolor, but I prefer acrylics for wood slices. Are you using watercolor ground on your wood slices since you're painting them with watercolor? Just curious. Okay. Yeah, if I don't like something, I'll just take a clean brush with just water in it, kind of blend it, blend it away. And kind of blend this. Okay, we're almost done with this tree. Honestly, I'm not really feeling too proud of it. I don't know what it is. I hope the other ones that I'll feel happier with. All right, I'm cleaning that brush. And then I'm gonna grab some beer, which is brown, right here. And I'm gonna add shadow here, and then more on one side of the stump. And take this brush that just has water in it. Blend, kind of create a gradient. And then I'm going to take brown again, maybe add some in the middle, like so. Okay. How are you guys doing? Raquel says, I like the first snow. Then it goes brown and slushy. I know what you mean. Hi Diana. How are you? Thank you, Hannah. Hannah says, like this video. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to now take deep moss. Not as much water will be mixed in. Okay. I want it to be dark. And I'm just going to kind of, I just got paint on my finger. Okay. I'm going to just push those darks more. Like the very dark parts. This is my blending brush. I kind of like that's what's missing, like the darkest parts of this tree. I'm ready to be done with this one and just move on. Okay, I'm gonna add some more here. And I'm gonna be done with this one. I feel like if I just keep going, I'm gonna mess it up. Okay, now on to, is this the second layer? The second layer, yeah, of this tree here. We're like halfway done, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead, take a quick minute break and do the artist spotlight. So I'm going to feature one of you guys here on this live stream. It could be one of you. So let me turn my camera around. So if you're new here, every time I go live, I feature one of you guys who do my tutorials by using the hashtag Allison Lane Art Tutorial on Instagram. You might have the chance to be featured. And today, I'm bringing up her Instagram. I'm featuring Rachel, and Rachel is here. Rachel is here right now in the live chat. So I'm featuring Rachel. This is her Instagram. I linked it in the description of this video if you'd like to support her on there. She did my holiday latte tutorial from last Thursday. Isn't that so good? Oh my goodness. Yeah. And she also did my sage tutorial here on YouTube. So beautiful. Look at that. Anyways, yeah, so if you'd like to check out more of her art and support her on Instagram, feel free to follow her. Rachel Donner. Yay. Okay. All right, let's move on to the rest of the trees. These two here are going to be more fun. Do you know why? Because we're going to be adding snow. And for my snow, I will be using iridescent paints, shimmery, glittery paints, and I can't wait. So let's do this. I'm glad to be done with that first one. Okay. Here we go. Please be patient as I fix my camera. All right, there we go. Yeah, isn't her art beautiful, guys? I'm so behind on your comments. I'm sorry. Oh, Freya has to go. Okay. Bye, Freya. I'm really glad that you can join us. Dana says, congrats. What an amazing time. The best advice I ever got was to cherish every moment and to always trust yourself. Heart, gut information you've learned or know. Thank you, Dana. That means a lot to me. Thank you. All right. So for this second layer on this middle tree here, it's going to be, sorry, I'm trying to think how we should do this. I don't want it to be as dark as this, because this, I do want snow. So I'm thinking we will go more for like a kind of a lighter mid-tone green for the second layer. So for me, I'm going to take my size 4 round brush and reactivate this bluish green that I have here. And use this for now and just see what happens. Just see what happens. Okay. And I'm gonna use the tip of my brush to add detail. Be careful not to paint everywhere, because Again, we want there to be snow. So if you are not using white gouache later, then you'll want to be extra careful. Okay. Okay. Diana says, I want to make cards this year. Hopefully I can carve out some time next week. Do you know what you'll paint on your cards? Yeah, guys, if you don't know, I do have 2 Christmas card tutorials here on YouTube that I did last year. I think they're linked in the description of this video too. Actually, one of them is pine trees. I think, yeah, pine trees, I think. Pretty sure. Or maybe it's snowflakes, or maybe it's both. I don't remember, to be honest. Okay. Cassie says, you guys are making me want to paint wood slices. This is the first year in I think 3 years that I have not painted wood slices. Usually I do, but this year I decided not to. I did last year, and they just didn't do very well, in my shop. So it's maybe people are tired of them because I've been doing them every year. I don't know. Ornaments. And ornaments take, at least for me, they take a lot of time, and I can't charge too much for them because, they're ornaments. Some of them take just as much time as a painting. So, yeah. But painting wood slices is so fun. I like to paint on them with gouache. And then if I use watercolor, I like to first apply watercolor ground. And then I like to paint pine trees on them and use shimmery iridescent paints for the snow and stuff. It's relaxing. Okay, I'm gonna add some over here. I'm gonna add a little bit more. So now I'm kind of jumping around, trying to see where else I need to add more of this. Oh my goodness, I just dropped my brush. That could have been terrible. I could have gotten paint all over my painting, which has happened to me before. I'm gonna kind of paint more of these middle areas where the stem is showing. Okay. Cleaning my brush. Now I will add a touch of a darker green. So I'll probably have my, use this green here that is actually deep moss. So I'm taking deep moss with the same brush I was using. Add a little water to it. Shelly says, I've never painted Christmas cards, but I love painting Christmas themed paintings. Your trees look amazing. I'm always fascinated at how the layers change the look of the whole painting. I know, isn't it cool? Like just seeing the process. All right. Yeah, so when I add this darker green, I'm really trying to not add too much of it. Just some here and there. Taking this other brush that just has water, kind of blending those. So yeah, take your time, be intentional with every brush stroke you make. Look at the reference photo, or like any photo really of any pine tree. Pay attention to like the darks and all the colors you see in the direction of the branches. Jessie says, I've tried the white watercolor ground too. Didn't know about clear. I also tried using gouache but did not like it. So I painted over those slices again and went back to watercolor. Yeah, I've tried clear watercolor ground and I did not like it. It just, at least on my wood slices, that's where I tried it. And it just made the wood slices have this cloudy background, and I did like it was not very clear. I didn't like it, so I just use white and then paint the whole wood slice with watercolor. But if I want a wood background, then I use gouache. Yeah, so we're just kind of building up the layers and the colors. I can't wait to add snow. That's going to be so fun. All right, I'm gonna add some dark green down here. Patty, I'm feeling the same as you. She says it definitely takes practice painting Christmas trees. Oh yeah, like they look easy, but when you start painting them, it's really easy to make them not look like trees. I feel like it's really easy to muddy them up or add too much or too little. All right, we're almost done with this one. At least for the areas that are not snow. I'm just trying to add some more, a little bit more depth. Cassie says, seriously, so many projects. I've been trying to figure out what to get all of my coworkers, and I love the idea of a wood slice ornament. Yes, I love wood slice ornaments. They're such great gifts. And you like support artists, or if you make it, then it's fun to make. And it's something they can cherish every Christmas. Yeah, so now I'm just kind of jumping around, trying to see here. Okay, what else does this tree need besides snow? Like, do I need to add more green, more dark green? Do some areas look empty? I feel like some areas of mine looks empty, so I'm trying to add a little bit more. Also try not to add too much. You know, it can be really easy to add too much. Patty says, I made your latte painting into Christmas cards. Ooh, yes, I feel like that painting that we did last week, the latte, would be Really, really pretty for Christmas cards. I'm trying to push the values a little bit more, like the shadows. I'm really trying to push those. Okay. Go back down here. Yeah, I feel like I'm liking this one way better than that one. Maybe I just needed some practice. Needed a warm up. All right, almost there. I'm almost to where I want to be. So I'm just jumping around, keep building layers. Okay. Some detail. This detail I probably want blend. Wait, I do not like that. I don't know what I did. I'm getting out of control. Okay. See, I feel like pine trees it can be really easy to like get out of control. Shelly says it's about 10 degrees Fahrenheit in the day and -4 Fahrenheit in the evening. Oh my gosh. That is so cold. That is so cold. Oh my word. It can get that cold where I live, but not until like January and like maybe only a few times a year, like a few days a year. So cold. All right. Yeah, I feel like that looks pretty good. So we will add the snow on this tree and then this one last. So let's go ahead and do the first layer on this tree, okay? So I'm gonna clean my brushes, get a drink of water. Thank you, Sarah. She says that the tree is looking amazing. Thank you. Okay, Hannah says, yes, I'm using white watercolor ground from Daniel Smith. I am way behind on your comments. Oh my goodness, I'm so behind. Sorry guys. I might not be able to read all of them. Okay. Renee is here. Hi Renee. Renee says Chicago here, cold but no snow yet. I would like to see snow on the tree. Yeah, we're gonna add snow to these really soon. So first we'll do the first layer on this tree. So this tree, I really want it to look a lot like that reference photo I linked, the first one that I linked. It just looks really dusty and, you know, like a winter tree. So I am thinking that for the first layer, yeah, we'll do like a really, really light bluish green color. So I will take my size 4 brush, reactivate this over here on my palette, and I'm gonna take Pond, mix a lot of water in it, mix a tiny bit of white gouache into it to make it like a pastel, and then I might mix some of this iridescent color from KMS Watercolor into it. Trish is here. Hi Trish. She says the tree is so nice, perfect painting for today. It's a winter wonderland outside my window this morning. Ooh, I've got Christmas music on and twinkle lights. Oh my gosh, that sounds so festive, so dreamy. Okay, and then right here, my palette, I have white gouache, so I'm just kind of reactivating that and adding it over here. Right, adding more water, water, water. Okay, and take this iridescent color. It takes a bit to reactivate, so I'm adding water to it. Okay. Hannah says, I purchased one of your wood slices last year. Yeah, I remember. I remember you did. I can't remember what one you bought. And she says, oh, she says it has 3 pines on it and a blue and pink background that really looks a lot like Northern Lights. The shimmery paint makes it so extra. All right, so yeah, I'm taking this brush, my size 4 brush that I mixed this with. And now we are going to, whoa, it's very blue. It's a little too much. But I'm just gonna go with it and use my blending brush here and kind of blend this out, lighten it up, blend it downwards. There was something in my brush, okay. Okay, yeah, if you are using the white of your paper to be the snow, really be careful. Do not add as much as I am right now. You'll want to preserve a lot of your white of your paper. And yeah, we do want this to be very light. This is the first layer, so as light as we can. And using a brush and another brush with just water like me, that really helps. It really helps me paint light because I can kind of move paint around and blend it downwards. Hannah says that wood slice was so pretty. I kept it instead of giving it as a gift. It has hung beside my painting table all year. Aww. Well, that makes me happy. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this is very blue, but it'll look less blue when we paint that second layer and then when we add snow. So if yours looks as blue as mine, it's fine. Hi, Sandy. Sandy was here. Diana says, I haven't decided what to do for cards yet. I think trees or another landscape. I like these. Hi, Chatra. It's okay, you're late. I'm glad that you can at least make it a little while. Oh, Renee has to go. Okay, bye, Renee. All right, we're almost done with that first layer. I think that's pretty good for the first layer. So we'll just let that dry. In the meantime, we need to add a darker brown on this stump because we forgot to do that. So I'm cleaning my brushes. Thank you, Chatra. She says the trees look 3D, amazing. All right, so I'm taking this brown. Oops, that's not brown. Taking brown. Adding it right underneath this tree, and then more on this side. Grabbing my brush that just has water in it, blending towards the other side. And then kind of into this tree slightly, and then letting it fade into my paper. And then while, oops, I was not taking brown, guys. I was taking black. Oh my goodness. Okay, no wonder it looks kind of muddied. I'm gonna dab in some dark brown into this since it's still wet. This time it's brown, not black. There. Okay. Hannah says it can be so easy to get carried away painting any kind of tree and lose the look you're going for, but so rewarding when they come out so realistic. These look fantastic. Thank you, Hannah. I'm gonna wait 1 minute here for this layer to completely dry. Oh, Trish, your dog ate your wood slice ornaments that you painted? Oh no. Okay, guys. My layer is basically dry. So for the second layer, for the snowy tree, let me look at the reference photo here. I want to mix a dark blue-green color. So I'm going to take my size 4 round brush, and in the seam area, I'm just going to add some deep moss to it. Actually, that's probably a bad idea. Oh well, okay. Basically just a darker blue-green color. So this is good. And then we're gonna add some detail. But yeah, we wanna be sure to not add too much of this dark color because we want it to look snowy. And I'm taking this other brush, dabbing and blending a little bit. It just has water in it. Trying to add some more detail as I do this. And then after this layer, we'll add some snow to these trees. Yeah, I feel like I'm really liking how this one's turning out too. Yeah, as I paint, I keep looking at it over here. I feel like maybe I just added a little too much to this tree, and that's maybe perhaps why I don't really like that one as much. Are you guys liking this tutorial? Okay, I kind of added a little too much over here. There. Claire says, Gwen wants to come visit you. That's so funny. Okay. Oh yeah, I added too much over here. Oh. Okay. Kind of blending that out a tad. Here. I like that. Alright, so I will take now just some of this deep moss color here. Add only a touch of it in some areas. Cassie says the tutorial is beautiful. I can't wait to paint it on the replay. Yay, I'm glad you're liking it, Cassie. Yeah, I can't wait to see all of your guys' trees. Almost there with this one. I just need to add a little bit more detail. All right. So I'll let that dry. Cleaning my brushes. And I'm gonna get my iridescent paints ready to go. I do need to paint the stem. I keep forgetting what this is called for some reason. Okay. So yeah, I need to spray these because they do take a bit to activate. All right, again, in case you're just joining, this is from kmswatercolor.com. Trunk, that's what it is, Claire. You're right. I keep forgetting that word. Okay. And then these are from Alexa Carabin. So I'll just let those sit for a minute. Thank you, Mary. Hi Gina. Gina says, I have loved this tutorial. This is such a kind and gentle community to learn watercolor. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are the best. We have the best community, in my opinion. The best artist community. Okay, now, yeah, I do need to paint the trunk, the tree trunk down here. So I'm gonna take brown. Paint more on one side, make sure it's not too perfect. Don't want it to look like a perfect rectangle. Take a brush that just has water, blend towards the other side. I'm gonna drop in some more dark brown at the top. And I feel like this one didn't really do a good job. I'm gonna add another layer. There. That looks better. And I'm gonna add a little bit of blue to this brown. I feel like it could use a little bit of blue. Okay, maybe that's too much. All right. So, are any of you guys also using shimmery paints? Do you have any? Or if you don't, you can still do this with white gouache. I do plan on using both white gouache and shimmers. I'll apply white gouache last because it does reactivate and I don't want to smudge it as I add shimmer. So I'm gonna add the shimmery paint first, and then the last step will be extra snow detail with the gouache. Chatra says, I put one of your stickers on my work locker and mine is the prettiest because of it. Oh, yay. Yeah, Chatra, is it true that you had a job interview? So did you get the job? Sarah says, I must go to work now. Beautiful trees, Allison. Have a nice day. Bye, Sarah. I hope you have a nice day too. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna first start out with this one, I think. Take my size 4 brush. This iridescent color. Rachel says, so pretty. Thank you. Claire says, I love this. We will do this later today. I'm using shimmery paints. Well, I hope you enjoy it, Claire, you and Quinn. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna add some of this iridescent paint here and there. You probably can't really see it very well in the video, but I'll give you like a close-up detail shot here after I'm done. This is like the fun part. All right. Next, I'll add some of this to this tree. I already have this color mixed into the color I paint to this tree, so it's already very iridescent, but it's going to be even more after this layer. All right, cleaning my brush. Chatra says, yeah, I got the job. Same place I used to work before the pandemic. Well, congrats, Chatra. Gina says, has anyone used Spine-Tech iridescent colors? I actually have that set. That would also be really pretty with these pine trees. Okay. Next, I have this. It's like a white glittery paint. It's very opaque. So I'm gonna take some of this now. And add it here and there for some snow. Yeah, if you guys are also using shimmers or glitter paint, let us know what you're using. Okay, I'm gonna move to this one now. Rachel says, I have plain metallics. I might play with mixing my silver with the green. Oh yeah, I feel like that would work great. This one I will add a little bit more too because this one will have more snow. brush now. Claire says, Gwen wants to say hi and that she misses you. It has been a while since we have been to a live. She loves this. Oh, hi, Quinn. I miss you guys too, both you and Claire. I'm glad you like these live streams. It's always fun to see you guys here. Okay, next I'm gonna add a little bit of this silver just to this tree here. Okay, so it has like chunks of glitter in it. It's a little too gray for me, so I probably won't add too much of this. Okay. Hi Heidi. Heidi says, hi Allison, I love the glitter on the trees. Thank you. Claire says, are you doing a holiday Christmas sale restock? Anything new? I am. So yeah, I have a big shop update Monday, actually. Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna add more of this here. With original paintings. And then I think December 2nd, I will have framed prints in my shop. So yeah. So basically new originals and a few new prints. I'll send out an email, those of you on my email list for my art products, a reminder. And then yeah, I'll have a special discount code just on Monday and Tuesday on my original artwork. So I'll be posting about that on Instagram and an email. And I'll do a post here on YouTube too. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at my trees, trying to see what else. Oh yeah, we want to add gouache, don't we? Let's add a little bit of white gouache. Hannah says, I get all my shimmers and glitter paint from KMS. Yeah, she has really fun shimmers. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take my size 4 round brush, grab some white gouache out of the tube, and then I'm gonna add some snowy branches. Okay. Okay, and then on this one, I'll add a little bit more. And I will go over some of this after I add it to kind of blend it a little bit. getting my brush. Patty says, my shimmer and glamour paints from KMS won't be here until next week, so I am adding iridescent medium to my paints. Yeah, I actually have that. I was thinking of using it for this tutorial, but mine is all dried out. Like I can't open this, and like I tried shaking it and it's like dry in there, so I can't use it. But yeah, this would also be a good option too. I'm so sad it's like dried out now, but I mean I've had it for a few years, so okay. I'm taking my size 4 brush again. It's clean. It just has a touch of water in it, and I'm just gonna kind of dab a little bit at this white gouache, kind of soften it a little bit. Not too much though. It can be easy to get carried away. Kind of added too much like right here, but I can always add some more green right there, paint over it. Wow, Gina, thank you. Aw, thank you for the super chat. That means a lot. I appreciate you. Hi, Larissa. She says, hey, Allison, the trees look beautiful. Has it snowed where you are yet? It has. Yeah, we've gotten a little snow. It's melted now because today is a little warmer and the sun is out. What about you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this one, I do want it to be a little bit more white. Look a little snowier. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Okay. Okay, so yeah, again, I'm just looking at my trees, comparing them, trying to see what else I should do. I think I'm done. I think I am. Although I will kind of fix this area a little bit. You can also add a little bit more detail if you feel like after adding the snow you want a little bit more detail. You can do that. So I guess that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I just let my hand do the do the painting. Like, okay, my hand is doing this. I guess I'm doing this then. Just let my body take over. Okay. All right. I feel like I could add a little bit more of like a darker green to some areas on this one, just a little bit. Get a blending brush. I mean, I feel like I could probably spend another hour adding detail to these trees, like more detail, but I feel like if I just keep going on with this live stream, I might mess up. Because usually, guys, I mean, I've told you this before during live streams, I take breaks when I'm not going live. Like, I take a break every 30 minutes when I paint. I don't usually go this long. So my brain just, and just the fact of that I'm live, my brain just kind of stops working on me. And I just get tired. Okay. All right. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Are you guys happy with yours? Add some more dark green around here, around the trunk. All right, cleaning my brushes. And I'll give you guys a close-up. Thank you, Chatra. She says looks gorgeous. Hannah says so very pretty. Thank you, Allison. You're welcome. Let me face it towards the light so you can see the iridescent shimmers. Thank you, guys. Yeah, aren't these trees fun? This one I'm like not as excited about. Maybe I'll add a little bit to this one, like a tiny little bit of snow. We'll see. And here's what it looks like far away. So yeah, I like it. I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, let me say a proper goodbye to you. So yeah, if you finish this tutorial, I would love to see your trees. Use the hashtag Allison Lyon Art Tutorial on Instagram. Tag me so I can see it. If you use that hashtag, you might have the chance to be featured here on a live stream in the future. So yeah, also we have an Instagram now where I feature art from those of you who do my tutorials, whether they're on YouTube or my membership, Nature with Watercolor. So yeah, that's Nature with Watercolor on Instagram. And right now we have a virtual art show going on. So if you're someone who likes to support other artists, go to naturewithwatercolor.com to see the virtual art show. There's so many beautiful nature-inspired artworks in there from my amazing Nature with Watercolor members, and we would love your support. It ends on Tuesday, next Tuesday. And yeah, thank you guys. I'm so happy you enjoyed this tutorial. I can't wait to see yours. Next week, I did go live two weeks in a row because next week is Thanksgiving here in the US. So I will be having a pre-recorded video for you next week. It's the best paint sets for beginners. That's the video that will come out next week. And then the week after that, I will have a vlog because I plan on vlogging during my holiday market. I have a holiday market coming up, so I'm really excited for that. That's actually in a week and a half. So exciting. So I'm gonna vlog during it and take you with me. So, yay, okay. Bye guys. Thank you so much for joining me live. If you watched the replay, thank you as well. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And if you are in the US, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And yeah, okay. Bye guys. Bye. Take care. Appreciate you all.